Hello people and welcome to watch yet another online Carcassonne Finnish Championship match. This is the week 3, so the final week of the group stage. And the situation at the moment is is such that we have uh, we have Laura Leppänen on the spot number 1 in Group B, and he will be for sure one of the two semi-finalists. One of the two semi-finalists from Group B. And today's matchup between Jonne Vornanen and Laura Haikala will be resolving the second semi-final spot. So the concept is very, very clear. Whoever wins today's match will go to the semi-finals, and whoever loses will be out of the tournament. For Group A, we have, well, myself at 3 out of 3 wins, so I will be finishing the group at number 1 spot, and then we will also be, much like in Group B, we'll be having a decider match for the second semi-final spot, and it will be between Matti Vähätalo with the screen name Milestream and Mikko Sormunen with the screen name Lapinkoski. And this match will be streamed tomorrow, so we will be having kind of like back-to-back decider match streams, which is nice because we love to see actual attentions and rewards being very much at your arm's length to grab. So today's matchup, Noppasakki versus Begonia Maculata. Both very much new to the scene. I believe they both played their first competitive Carcassonne matches this year in July in the live national championships, with Begonia finishing third, so on the bronze medal, and Jonne, I believe, I want to say like I want to say he was like either 5th or 6th, but I'm not, I can't remember for sure, but I want to say 5th or 6th. But of course, some credit is to be given. I mean, he's rated 500 plus on in BGA. You can see that he hasn't played as many games, only a bit less than 3,500. But the rapid success that he has had is looking so far so good. Begonia, I don't think is gonna be much off from 500. I think she is at the moment rated like 400 or something. Yeah, 448. So not too far off from the 500 mark. Also 240 games with a very similar win percentage as Jon has as well. So there's going to be a lot to learn and a lot to experience. Okay. Starting player is Laura and takes the first 4 points. Red gonna be responding with a 2-point road from either end. It's fine. And then we have a natural move, taking the vacant city cap and starting a new city. And we should be probably going here. I mean, pretty much the only move is to equalize the city, because it is the only threat on the board. And it is indeed what red ends up doing. Couple of ideas for Begonia. Could be going over here, starting a new city. Could be going over here, starting a new city. Or over here, starting a new city. But I think out of those three options, this one definitely the best. Because it has the option of then grabbing maybe a triple city and a Dorito, and then uniting everything together. Whereas both this one and this one, like they do create a road or potentially help the road that red currently has. And I mean, this is certainly not a bad move at all. Taking 2 points, but something that I think red could have also also pondered was to go over here actually and take the road, because it would severely kind of handicap this new city that yellow had started. Whereas now you can see that there is a new threat of a 6-point city incoming, and there is very little that red can do to fight that. And it is indeed finished now. Begonia does start a monastery from a spot that creates a 5-point easy road, which I don't really agree with. I mean, sure, the amount of potential monastery starting points were low, but this feels like very dangerous and like giving out 3 points. Like first of all, it gives out the 5-point road, right? Um, and the person who is more likely to get that road is going to be red because he's next in turn, right? And furthermore, it's going to create an attacking or a blocking square onto a shared feature, potentially tying down 2 of yellow's meeples as opposed to 1 from red. So in that regard, also not the juiciest possible setup for a new monastery. Red also goes with another monastery of his own. He does restrict actually the square to the shared city, which honestly could be very detrimental. Because like now, if Begonia gets something like let's say a dagger or a city crossroad, she's gonna go over here. She's gonna block this square, and she's going to block this monastery, and also going to be forcing these 2 meeples to be blocked to the same square. So a massive threat actually emerging. Jon decides to take the field first. And now what you do? What do you do? I mean, I guess just 3 points here and add a city cap to your field. Or maybe you could, I guess you could go over here, start a city like doing something normal. Or maybe even over here, taking 3 road points and adding a point to your monastery. Because at some point, if you want to finish your monastery, it is going to be a thing that you have to do, like to do something over here. But the thing is that this monastery completion doesn't really matter unless you can secure these squares. So honestly, what I would do is to just take these 3 points here and get a city cap onto your field. But it is indeed not what red decides to do, and I think it is. I don't think it's the best, but it is certainly doable move. Now for Begonia though, with a vanilla city cap, I guess you could start a city over here. You could go over here with another city trying to harass this square at some point. Or, I mean, you really have like a very limited number of like valid moves. Yeah, does decide to start a new city, which is, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, a really limited number of valid moves. So it's a bit of an unfortunate tile for Begonia, but this is definitely not an unfortunate tile. This is the best tile probably in the deck. Well, one of the best tiles in the deck for yellow. Going over here, adding a point to the monastery and to the city, but blocking this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and what a wonderful tile for yellow, and unfortunate actually for red that he had not a singular tile to do anything about this connection. Nothing at all. And now we have a field fight, but we have two meeples stuck from yellow and three meeples stuck from red. And I mean, it's gonna be really, well, kind of unlikely for red to even grow this part to like anything more than these points that it already has. So only like a triple city with a road, but there is, I guess, a shot at get if Red gets the triple city with the road very soon, goes over here, and then maybe even is gonna be able to like overcome or overrun, sorry, overrun this city of Begonia with like a triple city with a road, a triple city without with a field, and then another triple city or maybe a Dorito. And so there is like some potential in there, but it is like very limited. But in the meanwhile, with Begonia having less meeples stuck and actually having, well, at least theoretically having a meeple advantage, it's going to be a, really like a burden more than an an asset for red to have this field, because it's going to be really difficult for him to upkeep and win in the end. Well, hello, welcome to the chat, Clovia. Glad to see you piquing interest in the Finnish nationals. So, a monastery for Begonia. I mean, what she shouldn't be doing is to be afraid of using her last meeple, because she can very easily recover a meeple from here and from here and from here. But unfortunately, she does indeed seem like she's a little, well, quite afraid actually to use her final meeple, despite the rather juicy 6-point monastery spot with a lot of tiles to still um, finish that monastery in at some point. And this is something that is going to be costing you games if you don't have the courage to be like if you don't have the courage to be aggressive enough. Also, Begonia wouldn't actually be losing like any points whatsoever, because she can use all types of city tiles either over here or over here or over here, or the crossroads over here, can use curves over here. So like no point loss whatsoever would occur, even if yellow would be left without meeples. And so, well, there it is. There's the triple city. It was actually the only one of its kind, and now there is actually something for yellow to worry about because of this type of stuff. Now they can be here if Jon just sees that, and I mean it's pretty easy thing to see because you want to grow this. You know you have two meeples over here, and like you know that there are tiles to fit into this square, but oh no. I mean, no, I think this is a massive oversight of Red's position here, because the only real possibility for Red to justify these meeples now is indeed to try and make this part of his ruin as large as humanly possible. And there is already kind of like free loot to be taken if you think of it as free loot. But now that opportunity is already a lot more difficult with Begonia already having herself a blocking platform if Red now is going to be able to find himself a road triangle, which is the only saving grace that can ever do anything to his ruin. Now, for Red's fortune, though, I mean, he is going to be able to finish this 10-point feature, so he did get the full 4 points for the shielded tile, but nevertheless, as it now stands, as a result of those actions, all the little bit of potential that this small ruin had, it's gone. And furthermore, this large city actually has like pretty decent chances to succeed in completion. Also with this tile, oh, it would have been so good to get a connection on here and to bring in the pressure to yellow of having to get in here with another meeple, but now none of that is no longer possible. Instead, yellow will get to build this up in solitary, in solitude, and we see exactly how that plan is going. Although maybe it would have been better to go here first to take away any kind of attacking possibilities. I know that this is like the more natural square for, because it is a city cap with a road, which is exactly what you needed here. But like, because this city is at the moment already worth what 11 points, it doesn't actually have to be finished in order for you to make in order for you to justify the meeple on it. Because usually what you want like 9 points or more to be able to justify a blocked meeple or a ruin for that matter, like however way it ends up being a ruin. But like over here, if you just take out the only connection platform to the city, then you have this massive threat of finishing the city, because there are still quite a lot of tiles, or well, there were quite a lot of tiles to fit over here and over here, and then Red would have to use at least like 2 tiles to first make the platform, and then maybe to get an actual attack going onto the city. No quick points for a yellow to be had with this tile. Gonna be instead trying to seemingly make a blocking move, trying to maybe restrict this road to a crossroad. And for red, I mean, not all that much he can actually do. I mean, going over here, taking another road doesn't really seem like the best decision, because then he would be needing basically only curves or crossroads to get a meeple back, which would really hurt his situation. Maybe we could go, I don't know, over here. Like it's really a minimalistic value, but like minimalistic value is better than no value. So like the idea here would be to maybe stack another straight road over here, then get a road Dorito, go over here and block this city. Like it's very unlikely to happen, but like at least it is some value, right? Instead, what red decides to red decides to do is to make another platform, and I'm pretty sure that the idea behind this is the fact that there is still a divider to be left in this square, and red is just like wanting to make sure that that Begonia cannot get a divider here and then a easy completion of this city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's also one triple city more in the deck. But the road tiles are not really helping red all that much. Well, he will be able to get a meeple back, but the threats of yellow are really unfortunate thing at the moment because red can't really do anything about them. Okay, well, starting tile for Begonia. Do you go for this one or do you go for this one? I mean, because the more intuitive one for sure is like finishing your bigger city, but it's actually like more likely for yellow to get both meeples back if she finishes this city, because there are no more daggers with the right hand side curve, but there are tiles with a left hand side curve. Well, there is a dagger with a left hand side curve, but there's also a city crossroad. Well, two city crossroads actually. But she does go with the more intuitive move, and they're actually no. I think it's just gonna be here. Yeah, because there was a possibility to make a full block onto the 1 point meeple, but of course the connection at the moment is gonna be worth more. And as said before, there is now one more triple city remaining in the deck without a road, which means that it is possible for either player to, go like kind of banking on a 50-50 shot and to try and overrun this entire city, and getting to finish that would pretty much certainly win the game for either player. So the question is, how much do you want to risk of this platform being here? So do you go here now, or do you just maybe maybe build up your road for 1 point, or what else do you do? Equal on points +4. These are equal +6 +2 equal +3, and then red's fields are +3 +12 actually for red at the moment. Well, this is still recoverable. This is also blockable, so red can go over here, but it might it's gonna be really not that great, because you will be able to get the block, but then you will probably have to meeple this city, and that's like immediately blockable. So maybe we take it from this end, but that's also not as great. Well, we do this. This is also fine. So this simply starts a city onto our own field, and we're going to be looking more like a Dorito or the triple city to go here, and we will be blocking this this 1 point meeple with one of those tiles, which are less valuable and which do not provide an immediate chance for yellow to get an 8 point city, because they also provide a chance for red to not meeple this city in order to be left without any meeples, and in order to not leave that kind of juicy city up for grabs. There is further 7 points actually, or you could also make a full block on this because there are no more starting tiles. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. So a full block is indeed possible to be made, but Joni just simply decides to take the points, and Begonia does not get, well, not much of a useful tile here at all. Well, actually, there is a case to be done to go here with still 2 road Doritos available, and also this takes away the full block opportunity from red with 1 tile, and like this does create a threat, right? Oh, but this is ugly. This is really, really ugly. So yellow is going here like full blast onto a 9-point field, which, like, first of all, it's not really worth it, because she could just simply take a 6-point field without any issues, like at any moment. And secondly, there are still city caps left. So now what red can do is to go over here, make a full block, and leave these points only for himself to take. Or he can just go still over here and make a block on the farmers, and maybe even a full block onto here at some point. There are no more monasteries. No, wait, that is a lie. There is a regular monastery remaining. There's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's also a regular curve. And are there any other tiles to fit over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No filled Doritos. This is also the second divider, so no dividers. Wow. I don't really get this. Or do I? 1, 2, 3. I mean, I kind of do, because like it does take away some some road ends from Begonia that she would be able to get a meeple back with, but in actuality, it doesn't take any tiles away from yellow at all, because because the road ends that he would have been able to use over here, which were now taken away, she would have used here anyways. And so this is just this move is simply adding city caps to the field of red, and it really does nothing else. Also, how many city caps are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Still, oh, well, 3 city caps. That's a lot. That's a lot. So there is certainly a big threat here, which red is actually like really likely to be able to get. I believe this is also a full block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a full block. There's still the one curve to go onto this square right here, which Jonne now gets. So there is nothing to go here. Maybe there's a vanilla. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 5. No, there is not even a vanilla. So there's nothing to go into this square. Yeah, I'm really confused as to why yellow would be going so full steam onto this 9-point field, even though there were other scoring possibilities, and well, especially scoring possibilities with a meeple in hand. But without a meeple in hand, it's pretty rough. Also, is this something that red should be blocking? Are there tiles to go there? 1, 2. There are. Well, yeah, and there still is. So 1 tube divider. So because there are no tiles to go here, it was actually just a full-blown miss from red. Instead, he should have gone over here and to prevent the potential completion of this city, because as you can see, the final tile of Begonia still not going over here, and neither did anything else that was remaining in the game. So this was like a fully wasted move, whereas you could have taken down a massive threat, or just even go here, like add 3 points to your field, and maybe even like 6 points if Begonia gets this city finished. But like, yeah, this was just fully wasted. But you can see how dearly these 2 meeples cost yellow, not being able to, well, even get to the 9-point field, but also missed out on so many points because she didn't have a meeple in hand to score for her tiles with. And it is 1-0 at the moment. A break of 5 minutes as Begonia likes to take to kind of recuperate herself. Crazy that this game ended in a 50-50. Did it though? Because the points difference was 92. Well, it was 15. Then if let's say so it was 11 points with the tube divider for red, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 points. Well, actually, yeah, it does pretty much sound like. Well, let's actually let's actually do a little math here. So, wait, why am I going over here when I don't know, man. Because there might actually be a win there for red, even if he was not to get the tube divider, because upon the completion of the city, it does leave a 9-point field up for grabs for red, right? Yeah, exactly what you're saying. But was it enough though? Let's take like 100 and let's do 100 120. Even though even that might be too much because yellow didn't use almost any meeples at all in the end. So let's fast forward. There's this, and okay, so now we have +4 for red. We have this is equal, +6 for red. Then we have equal -1 for red, -2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 2, +7 for red. And that's even like before the tube divider. So even after this wasted move, now let's say there's this. Well, actually, even after this, if Begonia gets the tube divider and the red gets the crossroad, well, actually red isn't going to be able to take the 9-point field because the field isn't there like at that moment, but he will be able to take this 6-point field, which I think will still already be enough for red. Because if red is at the moment like +7, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9-point move. Oh, sorry, it's a 9-point move. So we'll put yellow at +2, and then basically anything that red takes is gonna be able to win. So that means that Begonia should have gotten the tube divider first. Go over here. Puts her at +2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, +2. And then I guess red gets this 9, and then Begonia with the field for +9, which would be a win for red by draw. What about the other way? Begonia gets this +7. No, I don't think there was a win for yellow with any sequence of tiles. Even after this, which was just wasted. Yeah, unless actually no. I don't think I really don't think there was any possibility of a win for yellow with any sequence of tiles, even after this, because it's always going to be. I think at least with like quick calculation, it's always going to be at least a draw win for red. That's simply how yeah, it's simply how much it matters to like not use your final meeple unless it's like really like a winning plan. But I don't see this being like much of a winning plan when you have so little tiles to connect in the first place. Okay, looks like we are. Wait, we no. Did we just like just start? I think we just started. Okay, nice. Yeah, a reminder that this is of course a best of 3, and then the playoff matches are all best of 5. The semifinals, the bronze medal game, and also the finals, of course, all best of 5. Okay, quick cities for both players. Ooh, a really feisty road for red. I kind of like it. It is like super aggressive, of course, because it. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really have that much potential, but I mean, like the only thing why you take this road is because it is the only road currently on the board. So potentially you will be able to uh, to take over the like all road features in the early game. Regular move, probably over here. I mean, should be pretty much automatic. Like I mean automatic. Going over here. Oh no, holy shit, no. Oh my god. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is there's a very fine line between the automatic best move and a terrible move. Let's say a terribly risky move because like uh I mean it did work like a dream for red, but I don't think he realized the absolute unit of a threat that there was hiding. Because of course you make the blocking platform, but the blocking platform always, well, most often, and in this case also, exposes a re-attack platform and possibility. So like red just offered yellow the possibility to get a city cap with a field, go over here with a second uh, city meeple and overrun this this city, which had like several juicy shields and with um, still four cows remaining. So like pretty much a huge possibility to get keys to maybe not like to victory of the game immediately, but the keys to getting a massive head start, after which red would have like a lot of issues to tackle. Crazy move for a player of this rating. Yeah, I agree. It is. I don't know, man. I mean, there's just something missing um, in the game plan of Red here that he. There's, like the thing is that Noppasakki is like really eager to make blocks. Like he goes for a lot of blocking, but in this case, you have to realize that creating the blocking possibility also creates an attacking possibility, and that is really what causes you to lose games. And I mean, actually, it causes you to lose quite a lot of games. Plus, you can also create the blocking um, possibility by just pointing to the left. And then you have the blocking possibility with a city plus road tile and an invasion possibility with a Dorito or with a triple city, whatever. But yeah, it was just way too dangerous stuff for you to do. Okay, but enough of that. I guess we'll have to move forward. Monastery for red for 5 points, and well, in his current stance, it's gonna be a 9 points versus 6, so a small mini battle there to be won of a extra meeple blocked for 3 points. This guy is gonna get back into the hand of red in all likelihood, And with the equal scoreboard, yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that that red has the better position, but at the moment, it's kind of still looking like an okay position for yellow. It's not like terrible, even though she has the extra blocked meeple. Six points for the monastery, looks good. And I mean, probably the 3-pointer incoming from red. Or I guess if you don't want to surround the monastery of your opponent, then just 2-pointers here. But like the net value is the same, 2 points, because 3 minus 1 or just 2 points. Yeah, and the 3 points is exactly what red decides to do. And he has now actually laid down the possibility of turning the road upwards and doing even more blocking, which is of course a nice possibility to have. Begonia with the tube divider just adds simply a point to the monastery, and now has a kind of nice vacant city cap there, awaiting for her to grab it and to finish the monastery at the same time. And I would be actually kind of careful, well, actually really careful with Begonia's final meeple in this particular scenario, because now that she doesn't have her meeples so easily recoverable, now it's kind of important to try and savor your meeple. Whereas in the previous game, um, she had the chance to use the final meeple, but the difference was that her meeples, her other meeples, were very easily recoverable. Whereas here it isn't the case. Another triple city with a road to red, and now I guess surely just 2 points. Actually, yeah, sure. This is also good, because it was under threat of getting at least severely restricted to either a starting tile, which there is only one remaining, or to a triple city with a road, which there is also now only one remaining. So this is fine. It is a sacrifice of 1 point, but I would say that it is definitely worth it. Another city cap for Begonia could be going maybe over here without a meeple, trying to cause some blocking platforms onto this city, and then if this city cap gets taken, then there is maybe an opportunity to start blocking this monastery here, maybe to a dagger on this square, and maybe to, I don't know, a city piece onto this square, and get a curve going, and block that. But I think it's very important to not invest your final meeple here. Um, there are, like, first of all, several Doritos gone. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Doritos gone. So it's kind of unlikely that that Noppasakki would be getting a Dorito plus a Dorito combo, and therefore would be getting a like the max benefit out of this empty city cap. But there's also the second city cap that is available for Begonia, even if this gets taken. So it doesn't really make sense for her to to place her final meeple on the city cap. And she also now needs the same tiles here and here, the same type of vanilla tiles, which is not great. Also, like, the only tiles yellow can now get a meeple back is with a city tile. We need a city tile with a field over here, and over here, and over here, and a city tile with a road over here. So yeah, it's definitely a big problem. Because now when we talk about tile efficiency and when we talk about being able to use like as many different types of tiles efficiently, currently yellow has a terrible rate on that because she actually doesn't have not like all that many tiles at all to make efficient moves. And the further we go without any of those type of tiles, the further we get into the actual swamp of getting our meeples further blocked and further restricted to the tiles that we need to get meeples back. Like for example now, going over here for red would be just pretty good because it restricts the city cap to the two remaining daggers, which are also conveniently the same that yellow would be needing over here to get this meeple back. There's also a chance for red to go maybe over here and to restrict this tile to restrict the square to the final remaining road Dorito, which there is, like I said, final, so only one remaining. So there's that, and it is exactly what red decides to go for. And I can't blame him, especially after seeing this tile, but of course, this is results-oriented thinking, but the outcome was pretty darn good. So again, it didn't actually stop Begonia from getting a meeple back. It stopped Begonia from getting two meeples back. And oh boy, yeah, this is bad. This is really bad because this just took away some of the city caps that Begonia was otherwise able to use over here in the form of the vanillas, a divider, and a dagger. But now she's like trying to make create or finish the city with an extender, but there's only one extender remaining. Also, there are no tube dividers, so she's like now relying to the four remaining triple cities or the extender. But the triple city, does it really help him all that much? Because then she's still gonna need the city cap that he needed already in the beginning. So it's not that much of a difference. Like you just have 2 extra points, right? And actually the triple cities were already the type of ones that you could be using over here to then have a city cap possibility to get this meeple back, which in all honesty isn't all that great because it also gives a meeple back to red, but yeah, like the point just being that this doesn't really like help Begonia all that much at all. We are probably gonna see a move like this from Noppasakki. I mean, he's definitely looking into just getting this meeple back, which is also just like okay move to do. An extra meeple never hurts, especially when there are fields to be taken. This is a 50-50 block though. I mean, it's kind of nice, and you have this extra city cap, which Begonia will never touch on unless unless like she absolutely has to take like big risks. Yeah. Yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great. Now Red is just gonna be taking 4 extra points, and like I'm telling you, this all started because we used our final meeple, and now we can't do anything. Well, now we can go here, but now we are leaving this possible 10-point city up for grabs, which does not go to red immediately, but there are tiles to go here. There is, I believe, yeah, there's still one dagger, and there is also a city crossroad to go here. So these 10 points are just waits to be taken. Also, now there's a 9-point field over here, a 6-point field over here. There's very likely going to be, I want to say, at least a 9-point field over here, because this city, and this city maybe expands all the way here with a road monastery, which would put it at plus 18. So honestly, it would like at this stage, I think it would be great for red to take a field. Maybe over here, maybe over here, maybe over here. Many opportunities to be done. This it's I think this is really weak. I mean, there are still city caps to be like more city caps to be used, but with 3 meeples with juicy fields, this is like not as efficient and something that you don't have to do. You can just focus on taking points. And now there is this 9-point field going to yellow because we didn't take a field of any kind. Yeah, it's a slight. Well, actually, it's a pretty big miss from red, but it doesn't affect his winning chances like that drastically, like percentage wise. I think because he's so far in the lead, and it's like really unbelievably difficult for Begonia to come back into this game. Like plus 20, plus 21, plus 16, plus 19, 18. This is equal plus 24, 15, like plus 12 for red and 2 extra meeples. That's like pretty difficult to lose, honestly. It's pretty difficult to lose, especially when red has, well, almost no spots to take meeples back from. And something that, like, something what yellow might have to resort for is like going over here, taking the field, and relying on getting this meeple back like on the very next turn, and then being able to score like max points with that. Like I think it's like one of the best uh, like potential scenarios for Begonia. This is like kind of doing that. It's just not creating the 4-point loop road. But I think like the more loop roads and other quick point opportunities there are for Begonia to take, the better um, her winning chances are, because she is very likely to be playing this game with only one meeple or no meeples at all um, for the rest of the game. So, and you know, in order for her to have like any actual winning chances, we are going to have to assume that she's going to be able to get a meeple back from the road or from the city. And when you only have one meeple, you are relying like very heavily on quick points. So, for those who don't know what the term quick points means, is that you are able to score points with one meeple in hand, and you are getting that meeple back to your hand immediately after on the same turn. So basically, you don't have to invest a meeple for more than one turn, or basically 0 turns. Uh, Now we are going for the attack, but like I'm very curious as to like when you are willing to use these type of very choosy scoring tiles for attacking the field, a field which you could have taken like 5 turns ago with meeple advantage and basically securing the game. Like, why are you doing it now? It just doesn't make sense in terms of efficiency, right? Like the attack makes sense. Also, it doesn't make any sense that that red is gonna be is attacking from here, and he needs 2 tiles now to he needs 2 tiles to connect to the 9-point field when he could have just taken the field from here and drop a 6-point farmer, right? So really, really well, I don't want to say uncharacteristic because I'm not I haven't watched enough of Red's play to judge that, but like um, really affecting mistakes, let's say, in search of a better word. I want to say really affecting mistakes. Okay, well, do we need to block this city? There are no more regular, no more starting tiles. There is a city crossroad and no daggers. So we could be blocking this. And at this point, well, I mean, we just have to realize that we are so much ahead that if we just keep Begonia away from like scoring any larger features, we will be very likely winning this. And it is case in point. This is indeed what we do. We don't drop a farmer though, which we might have been able to do also, but I'm not sure how many connection tiles we would have had. But it potentially could have been an option. Now, but however we can go here. 6-point field, and we create at least a threat of attacking this 12-point field and then 15-point field, which is exactly what red goes for. And Begonia is not going to be able to do anything about it. She will be able to take a 5-point road, which she has to take because right now Begonia needs every single point that she can muster. Straight road for red, not actually all that useful. Maybe going over here, just like pre-building this road to be even juicier. Plus 21, 27, 21, 27, 25, 24, 16, 22. Yeah, like plus 13, plus 14 at the moment is red's lead, and the extra meeple, so it's still pretty difficult to lose this, even though even though the efficiency has taken a bit of a hit at times. But you can see how much of a toll this is causing of being able to block your opponent's meeples early on and then having a field fight after. Because again, it's like every time there's a field fight, it's gonna favor the player with more meeples at their disposal because they just simply have more meeples to throw onto the field. 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, 30 seconds is. I mean, it's still enough time. Plus, because we are using in this tournament um, an accumulative time, so it is the regular slow time format. So plus 35 seconds extra to your clock on every move. So there is plenty of time to think, and it also like for red, like he doesn't actually even need to think at the moment. Like he just needs to score. Like he can just, for example, go over here. Like it almost doesn't actually really even matter what red does. Is there even a tile to go here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's a tile to go here and get a meeple bag for Begonia, but like um, this is also fine. Yeah, sure. Um, Unifying the fields, also pre-meepling the roads in order to force Begonia to add points to us. We could go here now and block the connection, or if we know the tiles, which I don't know at the moment, I would have to count. It might be the case that there are even no tiles to fit here at all. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a one triple city remaining. Yeah, one triple city without a field. There is. Oh, I think there's the field Dorito. 1, 2, 3, 4. A field Dorito. So that's 2 tiles and. Okay, that's. Yeah, I mean, this is unfortunately a big miss. Allows the connection to the 15-point field now for Begonia. We are gonna be able to take a 4-point road though, but like I mean again, it doesn't actually matter what we do because our lead is so big. But like in terms of accuracy and efficiency, red and yellow for that matter, they both have a lot to improve on. No points to be taken for a Begonia because again, no meeples in hand. Whereas red will be having one more turn and he will be able to score. So I guess the final score difference is going to be like 15 to 20 points, somewhere in that range. So it should be like well, it is a very comfortable win for red for sure. Oh yeah, of course, the second triple city with a road and triple city with a field. So +5. So I mean, actually, in like doing some like post thinking, post analysis. I mean, there weren't like any like massive mistakes from Red, except for this one move, where again he allowed a potential double attack on his juicy city. But otherwise, it was just kind of smooth sailing because he was ahead basically the entire game, and thanks to Begonia's unfortunate error on Red's part, the the game just got even more like easier for Red, because all he needed to do was to just place tiles and didn't even have to meeple anything. Was just able to create quick point scoring opportunities for himself and focus on further blocking. So yeah, really easy looking game actually for Red, with a 25-point difference in the end, and that is an 0-2, well, 2-0 on the scoreboard, and this also means that the semi-finalists from Group B are now clear. It's gonna be Lauri Leppanen and Jonne Vornanen from Group B. Lauri hasn't yet won or secured a win of Group B, because with these two game wins, Jonne is going to be rising to 5 game wins and 2 game losses, which is going to be over Larpattori, and it's possible that if it's possible that Larpattori loses to Janikut on his final um, match. So that would mean that Noppasakki would be finishing on the first spot of the group and Larpattori on the second spot. And it has consequences as to whether you as to whether you finish first or second in your group, because the playoffs are like predetermined in terms of like who plays against who. So the group first spot, so which is me, is going to be playing against the second placed player in Group B, and vice versa. The first will play against a second. And so the case is that if Larpattori wins, I will be playing against Noppasakki in the playoffs, and if Larpattori loses, I will be playing against I'll be playing against him. So yeah, that'll be fun to see. So actually, there are still some sort of stakes in the final match of the group stage as well, because the final match of Group B has not actually been scheduled yet. Tomorrow we will be having a match between Malmström and Lapinkoski, but I will still have to wait for the time schedule to be announced for the match of Larpattori and Janikut. And if it has not been announced by the end of September, then it will automatically be on Sunday at 1700 UTC. But for now, we haven't had the need to resort into automatic default times as a result of players not having announced their match timing. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking all the way until the end. And if you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content and would like to see more of it, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing or by simply liking the stream. I'll be seeing you soon again tomorrow with the OCFC match between Malmström and Lapinkoski in Group A at 18:30 UTC time. Bye for now.